What happens when the goals you're chasing no longer feel right? Should you abandon them completely or simply adjust your approach? In today's episode, we're exploring when it's time to pivot, when it's time to tweak your methods, and how to stay true to your why as your goals evolve. If you've ever felt stuck, misaligned, or unsure about your next move, this episode should help you regain some of that clarity and direction. Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility, the podcast empowering you, adventurous small business owners, to attract your ideal customers and boost your revenue. I'm your host, Jason McKenzie. Each week, we'll explore easy to implement tools and strategies to take your business to new heights and build the lifestyle you want. If you're ready for more profits and less stress, let's get started. In the last episode, we explored how to define success on your own terms. We talked about how success is not a one-size-fits-all and how important it is to create a personal definition of success that will align with your values. I also shared the famous moment from Alice in Wonderland where Alice asks the cat which path to take. The cat replies, "That depends a good deal on where you want to go." That's the key. If you don't know what success means to you, you can easily end up chasing someone else's dream instead of your own. Today, we're going to be building on that foundation. You might know what success means to you, but what happens when your goals no longer feel right? Or when the way you're pursuing them doesn't seem to be working? That's what we're diving into today. We'll explore how to evaluate whether you need to change your goals or simply adjust your approach. And I'll give you actionable steps to make those decisions with confidence. So let's jump in. All right. Have you ever set a huge goal for yourself, worked hard to achieve it, and then realized it didn't feel as satisfying as you thought it would? Or maybe you've been working toward a goal for years, and now it doesn't feel as meaningful as it once did. If you've ever been there, or if you're there right now, you're not alone. Goals are not static. They change as we change. Sometimes the way we're pursuing them needs to change as well. I'd like to share a story that maybe will help illustrate this. Picture a business owner named Jack. Jack's been running his business for years. When he started, his goal was to grow revenue as quickly as possible. He hustled hard, took on every client who came his way, and scaled that business fast. After a few years, he really started to feel a little bit burned out. At first, he thought, you know what? It's time for a reset. I'm abandoning this altogether. But then he thought about it, and that original goal to grow his business still mattered to him. What needed to change was the way he was pursuing it. He didn't have to scale by taking on more clients. He could focus on working with fewer, higher paying clients instead. Once he made that shift, not only did the business grow in a way that felt sustainable, but he also felt more fulfilled because he had time to focus on the things that mattered most to him. This is the kind of shift that many of us face as business owners. Sometimes our goals don't need to change. They just need to be adjusted. On the other hand, there are times when the goal itself does need to change. Maybe you started your business with one vision in mind, but as your life evolved, that vision stopped resonating with you. That's not failure, it's growth. Here's a great analogy. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. You reach the halfway point and realize, wow, the view's not really what I was expecting. You could keep climbing because you feel like you should, or you could take a moment to reevaluate. Maybe there's a different path that leads to that view you'd love more. Or maybe you realize you don't even want to climb this mountain anymore. You want to explore a different one. In either case, the key is to give yourself permission to pause and reflect. Asking yourself the following can help. 1. Does this goal still align with my values? 2. Is this goal still meaningful to me? 3. Can I pursue this goal in a way that feels more aligned with my priorities? The answers to these questions will tell you whether it's time to adjust your approach or just let go of the goal altogether. Here's maybe the most important thing you need to remember. You're not stuck. You don't have to keep chasing a goal just because you set it at some point. And you don't have to pursue it in a way that doesn't feel right. Success is a journey, not a destination. It's okay to change course when the road you're on isn't taking you where you want to go. Here's the bottom line: goals are not permanent, and neither are the methods you use to achieve them. The key to staying aligned in your business is to learn when to pivot and when to adjust. All right, you ready for a little framework that might help you make these decisions? Does the goal still matter? If your goal no longer aligns with your values or visions, it might be time to let it go. Next question: is there another way to achieve the same outcome? If the goal does still matter, consider whether you can adjust your approach. For example, if your goal is financial freedom, could you raise your prices instead of taking on more clients? Next question: am I being true to my why? Your original why is your compass. If the way you're pursuing your goals doesn't honor that, it's time to reevaluate. And remember, change is a good thing. Adjusting your goals or your approach doesn't mean you failed. It means you're growing. The most successful business owners aren't the ones who just stick rigidly to their plans. They're the ones who adapt as they grow, learn, and evolve. So, if you're feeling stuck or if you're feeling misaligned, I encourage you to take a step back, reflect on what matters most to you, and ask yourself, what needs to change? You might be a little bit surprised by how freeing it feels to realign your goals with your values. It's important to remember that success isn't about sticking to the same goal forever. It's about staying aligned with your values as you grow and evolve. So I'd encourage you now to take a little time today and reflect on your goals. Ask yourself, does this goal still align with my values? Can I pursue it in a way that feels better? If you're feeling stuck, reach out to a trusted friend and share what you're thinking. Also, I'd love to hear your successes on social media. Next time, we're going to explore how to evaluate the pain in your business. Is it a sign of growth or a warning that something deeper needs to change? Let's find out how. Until next time, though, stay focused, stay flexible, and watch your business thrive.